Hey guys, Jeff Dingman here. On this video, I want to talk to you about speaking your future into existence. Now, what do I mean by that? You've probably heard from a lot of different gurus or a lot of different people about, throwing out there to the universe what you want and having it happen. Now, you can say, what you want and throw it out there, but if you don't firmly believe that it's going to come true, you're kind of contradicting yourself. You're saying, oh, I want this or I want that to happen. But if you don't really believe that it's going to happen, it probably is not going to happen. I'll give you a couple of examples of that, the things that happened to me that I threw out there, and I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. The first one is, I don't know how many of you recognize this logo here, Extreme Makeover Home Edition. It was a very, very popular show on ABC. And I'm in the construction business, and my wife and I used to religiously sit down and watch this show every single week. And we were just amazed at how fast they could put a house up. And I always said, every week we watch it, I said, one of these days, I don't know how or when, but I'm going to be on that show. And in the beginning of 2008, after we'd watched a show, about a couple of weeks later, a buddy of mine gave me a call and said he'd just been approached by ABC to do a show in Geneva, New York. And he was putting together his team to run the build, and he wanted me to be part of it. And without any hesitation at all, I said absolutely, that I would. And so we prepared for the next 4 months to do that show. So, we did this. We gave a lot of value, just like we do in our businesses. I went into this, doing this show, we became really celebrities on that show. It was awesome. We were on TV, we were on radio, we were in newspapers. We were plastered all over the place. But being that type of show that we did, everything was donated. So it cost me and my company $25,000. It cost me out of my pocket to go do that show. And it was worth every penny. I wasn't looking for anything in return. I just wanted to be a part of the experience. But it came back to me tenfold because of the value that I gave on that show. And if anybody'd like to watch that show, you can Google it on YouTube. It was Geneva, New York, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, August 2008, and you can watch our show that we did. So it was pretty powerful, and it was a great experience. Second thing that happened to me is, I was probably 8 or 9 years ago. I met Dave Sharp for the first time, and I met him when they started Empower Network. And back then, Dave was not very easy to get in front of or get around. I joined that. I went to all the events, and I got to shake his hand a couple of times, ran into him a couple of times, but really didn't get to spend much time with him and really learn what I wanted to learn from him. And I said to myself there again, one day, I'm going to work closely with Dave Sharp. And I put that out there, and I didn't hesitate or didn't waver from it at all. I knew it was going to happen, and boom, here we are. Legendary Marketer started, in January of this year, in 2017, and I was able to be one of the first people, that was on board with Dave. Spent some great quality time with Dave. Looking forward to what we're, coming down the road with here next. So, those two things I put out there to the universe. And not expecting, it to happen overnight, but expecting it to happen. Didn't know when, didn't know how. But I knew it was going to happen, and I stayed true to that. So those of you that are out there, looking for things to happen overnight, sometimes it takes a little while to happen. But if you stay true to what you're looking for, it will happen. I promise you it will happen. This is not a race, it's a marathon, and the ones that hang around the longest and believe in themselves and believe in what they want will absolutely have everything come true. So I just wanted to shoot that and throw it out there. Looking forward to meeting everyone at the next event, which is coming up here soon. So until then, make every day a legendary one, and we'll talk to you soon. Great. Thanks.